All right, guys, we are getting started. Welcome to our team call tonight, Fanatix. We have such a great lineup for you. We are going over Summit and how exciting it was and all of the new products out. And you're going to hear from some of our top diamond leaders that were there for the very first time. And it was so exciting. So you were just going to get kind of a preview from all different angles of Summit and what it is. So you're probably thinking, even if you weren't there, you know, like, how does this affect me? And it does. Summit is definitely our biggest event of the year. It's exciting. And if you don't build off this momentum with us, then it's kind of like you're saying you're not going to move your business forward. So you have to take everything that you're going to hear tonight, take some notes, open your heart, and start implementing them and create a game plan right away. So this is us. If you could see our screen, we had a blast. We had a huge dinner, and this was, you know, this is a long time coming. I've been a coach for 3 years now, and the first summit, it was about 5 of us. And then the second summit, it was about 30 of us, and this summit, it was around 60. So it was pretty awesome, and I got to meet new coaches for the very first time. We gave hugs and kisses, and it was like we knew each other forever. And that was probably the most special time for me, is meeting everyone and hearing their story, that we're all just real people with like the coolest backgrounds. And, you know, we have struggles and we're sharing them, and we're just part of this one big family team. So, you know, this was us. We had a blast. And, you know, if you're not there, or if you weren't there, get your ticket immediately. You could still sign up. It's not at the cheap coach price that it was at for the whole weekend of Summit, but you still have time to get it before it's sold out. There are people still buying hotels for Summit. So, you know, get on that. Have that on your to-do list to make that happen. Okay, so what is the monthly special? Beachbody was so gracious to give us this month for the Team Cup, right? Most of you are on Team Cups. If you're not, you still got to be working towards this to get Success Club. But all of these challenge packs right here are $140, which is awesome. So there is no reason why not to lock in Success Club 5, Success Club 10, even Success Club 20 if you are going big this month, like myself. I'm going pretty big. My goal is Success Club 20. But there's areas to focus on right here is, of course, to leverage these specials with the Team Cup, with the Country Heat launch we're going to talk about in a second, and then the New Leader Conference we're also going to talk about in a second. All right, so every challenge pack sold this month, Beachbody is giving $5 to a charity. And I tried to research and find that one charity, and I cannot find that one detail, but I found this great image someone shared in the top group with 5 stars in corporate. And these are all the charities that Beachbody has given to in the past, which is mind-blowing. And I love that they're all about helping people and giving back. And I'm a firm believer that if you give, you receive. And that's why I think we're so successful as a whole as far as the company. I mean, just look at these numbers. This is pretty insane. 200,000 to Raincatcher, 100,000 to You Gotta Believe, 71,000 to the Red Cross, 2 million to IGM, 689,000 to Mission Countries, 586,000 to Upward Bound House, 500,000 to Lakota Tribe. So it's pretty amazing. Every pack that you sell, truly, you are really changing somebody's life. So Country Heat. I don't know about you guys. There are different teams now. We've broken off and gotten so big. But I started one that is, this challenge is starting on the 15th, and then some are starting after that. But this is our new release. There's no reason why we shouldn't promote this. Even if, you know, you have in your mind, which I did, I'm guilty of, I said, like, I don't care for dancing and I am terrible with my moves, but let me tell you, it is a lot of fun. You break a good sweat, and I'm 100% committed to this on the 15th with my challengers and with that coach group, right? So you will have a place to plug them in from your upline leader or myself. So you know, take advantage of this. This is fun and new. We can't just stick with the 21-day fix. Like, we have to keep on sharing the new, and that's what makes, I think, the opportunity so exciting, is for us to leverage these new programs. And you've seen a lot of videos of people posting this program. Get your family involved. Like, this is a great way to attract other families that want to make a healthy change. So it's not just dancing. It's not just, like hard choreographing moves or, with equipment. Like, it's just simple cardio. Everybody can do it. Like I said, I am not good at dancing, and I could still pull this off, put a hat on and some boots, and it's still a lot of fun. So this was probably my most intrigued product that came out, or I would say program that's about to come out, is the Fix8 cooking show. It comes out August 19th, and this is something we need to hello, pay attention. We need to capitalize on this because, yes, the 21 Day Fix is our #1 program, but all of the programs come with a container system, right? And the meal plan book. But we can't actually jump into someone's kitchen, right? We can't actually get with them because people are busy, and we're now attracting people from all over the United States. And this is a show where they can plug into with Beachbody on demand and actually see how to meal prep, how to clean out your cabinets and put the right things in there. So she breaks it down, how to cook, how to prep your meals. Every detail you could think of for this 21 Day Fix meal plan is going to be in her show. So this is something I thought was genius that they're going to do to break it down. Of course, we have so many YouTube videos on the 21 Day Fix, but this is just going to be fun. That's actually her brother, Chef Bobby Calabrese. He is a chef, and we got to hear from him at Summit. So it's kind of cool. Like, it's a family show that's going to be happening, and they goof around and whatnot. But it's something that definitely we can use to help our challengers get better results. Because I know personally, I have been struggling at times to help challengers get really all the resources and tools that they need to get the right results. So I feel like this is just going to be another way for people to get results faster, to turn them into coaches. So this was another awesome program. I thought the 3-week yoga retreat, this is for everyone, really, for beginners, someone that doesn't even know how to do yoga, to even someone that is a pro at this. There is more advanced moves in here, they said, and then there's modified moves. But this is also, they said, for someone that maybe doesn't want to go to a yoga studio and that feels kind of a weird vibe there. I know I kind of feel like there's a weird vibe at some yoga places, and maybe that's stopped me from going. But this I would totally do in my house. And I would do this outside on my patio with a beautiful scenery, maybe some cool music on the background. So you can make it how you want to. But this comes out in September. This is on Beachbody on demand. And actually, I think it's going to pair really well with the Ultimate Reset, which is on sale this month. For challenge packs, it is $199, and for us coaches without Shakeology, it's $150. I've done this program 3 times, and let me tell you, this can be completely life-changing, the Ultimate Reset. It's a vegan detox for 21 days, and you're just solely focusing on your health. And that's it. You're not focusing on fitness. That's why I think it would go great with the 3-week yoga retreat, because it's just calming. But if you need a complete U-Haul up from your health, and you have big goals, and you want to detox your body, this is the program for you. And why not take advantage of being on special now? The only tip I can give you for this program is to meal prep ahead of time and be prepared, because it is a lot of cooking. But it's definitely transformative. This is another awesome program. I feel like they came out with so much, but it wasn't too overwhelming. It's just, little programs here and there to slowly implement into our schedule and what we do, but give it a little twist. So this is Core de Force. This is something I'm going to be doing for sure. The music is so much fun. We got to actually preview this at the leadership conference last year, and they were there, and they told us they were going to be coming out with a program. And here it is a year later, or less than a year, and it is fun. It's not just mixed martial arts, which it is a lot of those type of moves, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun. So this comes out November 1st, and the workouts are going to be around 30 to 45 minutes, and it's a 30-day program. So this definitely, guys, can move your business forward. The new programs are what moves this entire, coaching team that we have, the network. This is what brings the volume and the income, right? I want to give a shout out to Danielle Paul for hitting her first $1,000 week paycheck. I know that kind of just came up all of a sudden, but these are the things: promoting the new programs, getting your whole team on board, and then running with it and putting your own spin on it. So another thing, Beachbody is doing a health bet, which is with the Challenge Tracker app. So from September 5th to October 2nd, if you download the Challenge Tracker app and you start logging your workouts and your Shakeology, so it has to be 3 workouts a week and 5 Shakeology posts a week, you will actually get entered into a huge cash pot. I think it's $100,000 with others that logged their workouts and their Shakeology. And so you can have a piece in that. And they're doing this because the Challenge Tracker app came out and not that many people are utilizing it. And I think it's a phenomenal way to get, people involved on their phone, right? Rather than just Facebook. So I know you guys know, and I know people too, they're not into Facebook. So this can be a great tool for every time they get on their phone, they have a notifications for the Challenge Tracker app. So they want to see that you are getting the hang of it, getting used to it, and rolling it out. So that is an awesome bet. And you can find more about that in the FAQs. Okay, so this is something they want you to think ahead. This is in 5 months. So the New Leader Conference, this was my second leadership conference that I attended. It's in Los Angeles, and it's a day and a half to meet corporate, to be with brand new leaders, move your business forward, get a little glimpse into what being a leader is in Beachbody. And our awesome leaders, Demetria and Shannon and Susan, got to experience this firsthand at their second New Leader Conference this past January, I think it was. And they came back, and look at them. I mean, they're proof. Demetria went 2-star today, 2-star qualifying, which is awesome. Shannon Leach is a 4-star diamond, and Susan is a 2-star diamond. So it just shows, and they advanced after they went to this conference. This is a great goal. You have to be a 2-star diamond to attend this. Here you can see the details on qualifying. But if this is your goal, right, there is no reason why you shouldn't hit this. You have 5 months to maybe get a spouse to diamond, and then get another coach to diamond. And then you need 30 elite points, it says, which that's easy. If you're working hard in the next 5 months, you could totally be there. So as you see, events change your business. And here we are. These are the ladies that you are going to hear from tonight. We have Stephanie, Susan, I'm saying in order, Kelly, and Annalena, and it was so nice to meet them face to face. I mean, Susan I've known forever, but the other girls, I mean, we just all clicked. I felt like we were just like family, and we've known each other forever, and we all had chemistry. And I think because we all have the same commonalities and we all want the same thing, and we talk every day, and it's a really cool camaraderie that our team has built. So you guys are going to hear from these awesome ladies tonight and just hear their experience for the first time. They're going to be honest with you. They're going to share their one topic. We asked them one topic that they would share that was the highlight of their trip, as far as the learning maybe, or an event that they went to. So I am going to introduce first, my amazing coach, Susan Antonian. She is a 2-star diamond. She has been a coach since April in 2015, so not that long. And she is the founder of Team Redefine. So Susan, welcome.
Thank you. Hi, ladies. And I think there's like one guy, maybe 2. I'm setting my timer for 7 minutes, so I'm going to try to stick with that. Okay, so my topic is actually many topics. It's my top takeaways from Summit. We heard from a lot of speakers. We heard from pretty much every single top coach, all the superstar coaches. We had guest speakers like Gary Vaynerchuk, if you know who he is, Chalene Johnson. We had just so many amazing people speak to us and just like dump so much knowledge on us. And like I had a notebook and it is like full of information. So I tried to like just compress it and thinking, okay, if I didn't go, what would I like to hear? And just like little takeaways. I have a little like slideshow with just all the points. But for those of you that are like crazy note takers like me, I have like all my notes and I will share them. So don't go crazy writing, just like kind of soak it all in. Okay. Okay. So let me see if I can share. Okay. Can you see that? Yes. Okay. All right. So the first one was communicate your vision, your plan, and your roles. And I'm going to see where I can put this paper so that I can look at my notes and not be like looking that way. Okay, so for those of you that are married, have a significant other, have kids, have a dog, anything, you want to communicate your goals to your family, but they shouldn't just be like your goals, it should be your family's goals. So you know, especially if you're a brand new coach, you need to share what your vision is. Like, okay, I've seen, you know, what's possible with this business. This is how I feel that this would benefit us. You know, what do you think? And have that conversation. I think a lot of times, especially us women, we're like, I'm going to coach and I'm going to do this and I just need you to support me. But we really don't ask them for their input or like what they feel they want our, you know, your goals to be as a family. So I think that was pretty big. Because we don't want them to feel like this is just like our thing and our business, because eventually that's going to like catch up and hurt you, because then they're not going to be on board. And when you're spending crazy nights and you're passing on dinner or other things, they're not going to understand. They're not going to be completely on board with you because you didn't bring them on board from the beginning. Okay. So ask them for support. Ask them, this is really important, to call you out on things. So for example, you have to set boundaries and say like, okay, if you see that I've been on the phone, you know, nonstop for like 2 hours, I'm giving you permission now. And I'm, you know, tell me, listen, you've been, you know, on there forever and you're kind of like neglecting us, so that, you know, you have that, you know, just that comfort with each other that you can just say, you know, what's on your mind, and no one gets upset about it, but you have to set that, like the rules for that from the beginning. Use each other's strengths. So maybe your spouse is really great with numbers. They can be the person that helps you with the financial part of the business. They can keep track of your receipts, your spending. They can keep track of your volume, you know, your coach online office, all of that. I know that I'm involving my husband a lot more in that. He's helping me make like Excel spreadsheets. That's what he does for a living. So instead of me like going crazy trying to figure it out, I can involve him, and now he feels like, okay, this is truly our business. Get your kids on board. So, you know, depending on their age, my daughter is 5, but she's like, right now she knows that I'm on a call. She knows why I'm on this call. Like, get them involved so they don't feel like they're being pushed off and neglected and you're doing something that they have no idea what you're doing or why you're doing it. Okay. The second point was to make sacrifices. And you hear that a lot, but I'm going to break it down a little bit into, based on what I heard. So invest your time. You know, depending on what your goals are, but I have a feeling if you're on this call, you're not just a hobby coach. You're not just doing this to pay your Shakeology. You're doing this because you have a vision for your family and you want to take this as far as you possibly can. So, you know, going into it that you have to invest time. So like really reflect right now, how much time are you truly dedicating to your business on a consistent basis? Okay. And just really reflect on that. And is that time, you know, congruent with what you're expecting out of the business? So if you're giving it 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there, but you're expecting, you know, all these great accolades and all the, you know, income, then that just doesn't match up. Okay. Financial sacrifices. You have to invest in yourself. So, you know, this business is amazing because it requires pretty much no startup fee. If you get a challenge pack, that's it. You know, you have a business. So a lot of people think, okay, well, everything's just going to be income. But any business, you have to invest money. So you have to invest in yourself, personal development, trainings. Josh quotes, highly recommend them. You know, just anything, Facebook ads training. If you don't invest, then you're not going to have any return on your business. So obviously, if you're just starting off, then your, you know, percentage of what you're investing is going to be, you know, smaller compared to someone who has been doing this for a while. But that just shouldn't stop you just because you just started. If you earned $20 this week, spend, you know, $2 of it on something. Buy a book. I don't know, do something with it. Okay. Boost an ad for $2 on Facebook so that you're constantly investing in it. The next thing is outsourcing. So especially if you have a family and you're crazy busy, like most women are, a housekeeper, you know, just as soon as you can possibly afford that, get someone to help you around the house. Hire an assistant as soon as possible. And that could be like your niece, your cousin, anyone that can help you with just all the little mundane things that you need to do that take up that little time that you have. You can be spending it actually communicating, you know, having conversations with people, and they can take care of the other things. Next up. Sorry, I just saw a little flashing light. I got sidetracked. Okay, the next one is be intentional. So approach people with the intent of bringing them in the business. Sorry, I just covered my camera. There. Okay, bring them, just when every conversation you have, it should be with that intent that you're going to bless this person by talking to them about the business. You know, maybe not right away, but eventually you have that in the back of your mind. I can't believe this, but I'm sorry. I have to open the door for my husband. Hang on a second. He left his key. I'm in the middle of talking. Okay, Real Housewives. Okay. The next thing is to start with your why. And so you hear that a lot, but basically your why should guide your actions, the words that you have with your coaches, your challengers, what you say on social media, how you treat your family. So don't alienate your family, you know, because you're doing this for them at the end of the day, right? They are your why. So don't, you know, just completely ignore them because you're building a business. The next thing is your workspace. And this is like really big. You need to have a quiet space somewhere in your house. I know one of our coaches on, I'm not going to say her name, but I know that one of them, and my timer just went off. One of them works in her bathroom because that's her quiet space. So whatever, you know, wherever you need to do it, just focus, like treat it like a business. If you're a CEO, you have some place where you work. You're not just like constantly just walking around using your phone. You need some quiet space. I'm going to skip a little bit of things. Time. I heard this from one of the presenters, and it stuck with me. Days are expensive. Once you spend a day, you don't get it back. So make sure that you are very intentional about your time. Okay, who you're talking to, what you're spending your time on. You can like kill the news feed on Facebook, so you're not constantly getting sidetracked. Make to-do lists. Lists are everything. So make sure that you are completely focused on what you need to do. The next one was confidence. So oozing confidence. Believe in you. Believe in the vision that you have. If you don't believe it, then no one else is going to believe it. They're not going to follow you. Okay, so every time you speak to someone, make sure you're confident in your ability, confident in the services you provide, confident that the products work because you're proof of the product. So that should be the easiest of all of the things, you know. And then the next thing is leaning in, and Christina and Becky spoke about this and in their presentation. If you haven't seen it, go to YouTube and look them up. Be Unstoppable, I think was their thing. So, you know, leaning in, there will be difficult times. It's not if, but there will be difficult times. Some of you know what's going on in my house, madness, but it's going to happen. So when that happens, don't retreat. You know, if you've been coaching for a while, you know that you have many challengers that anytime anything happens in their life, they're like, oh, that's it. I can't work out. I can't eat clean. You know, I'm sick, or my daughter's sick, or my dog broke his leg, or whatever. Things are going to happen. That's when you need to like lean in and just go for it and just stay focused on what your mission is. The next thing, do periodic self-checks. And this is huge. If you're feeling like you're kind of not moving or you've lost momentum, figure out what it is that you've stopped doing. And then just kind of reevaluate what's working, what's not working, how hard are you pushing yourself to meet those like 4 vital behaviors every day? Are you challenging yourself with the 4 vital behaviors? The next thing, I'm going really fast. Know thy brand and be authentic to it. And I think we all struggle with this. This is not something that you're going to learn in like 2 seconds. You just need to, I heard, I think it was Amy Silverman who said, be you without a filter. She's really good at being herself without a filter. Some of us kind of like always have to filter ourselves a little bit, or we feel like we have to, but I thought that was really good. Just, you know, pour your heart out there, offer what you know. The boring stuff is what makes you interesting. So, you know, if you have boiled eggs every single morning for breakfast, share that, and you're going to attract people that have boiled eggs every single day for breakfast. And then when you make it big, you can all have like a breakfast with boiled eggs. Okay. Don't be a copycat. So stop following other coaches, other top coaches. I get friend requests all the time from coaches. Stop following coaches. You know, unless you're on their team, you have no reason to be following, you know, other coaches. You can check every now and then and see, you know, I have like maybe 2 coaches, 2 superstar coaches that I follow, and that's it. And that's more so to know their life, you know, what's going on with them, because I feel like I have a connection with them already, like Anita Myron, just because of her story, but it's not to copy what they're doing. And I was guilty of that at the beginning, but you really have to stop, be you. What else? This was another great quote: be the needle in the haystack, not the haystack. So you're not going to please everyone on Facebook. Screw them. Talk to the one person that you are trying to reach, and just be you, be unique. The next one, share your story. You are the only unique ingredient. I think that speaks for itself. Everyone's always asking, what's the secret ingredient? What's the secret sauce? you are. There are, you know, how many 400,000 coaches, however many working coaches out of that, you know, anyone can sell someone else, you know, 21-day fix. Anyone else can help someone do a clean eating plan, but no one else can be you. You are that secret ingredient that that person needs and that person related to you. And then the last one's make it a lifestyle. So like I said, your whole family's involved. This is your business. You do it all the time. Raise it up in prayer. So pray for your business. And I know that most of the leaders in Fit Fanatics, we do this all the time. Pray for your team. Pray for the people that are going to join your team so that God can just put them in your path somehow. You start up a conversation with someone that was meant to be either one of your, you know, clients or one of your coaches eventually. Find your speaker. That means what social media platform. So think about your strengths. Are you great? Are you great at storytelling? Are you great with video? I'm not. Are you great with like sharing little snippets here and there, like, you know, 40 character kind of things? Then pick your speaker based on that. Okay. You don't need to be great at everything or be in everything. Choose one. And these last two were Gary Vaynerchuk. I posted his link to his speech tonight. Listen to it. If you listen to anything, listen to him. He said, expect nothing short of hard work. And he said that, you know, 0 people on earth that have been successful without hard work. So it's going to take hard work. It's not easy at all. It just takes hard work, but it's totally worth it. And be patient. He said that I think like 97% of you, 90-something like that, 90-something% of you are fundamentally lazy. And the reason that most coaches do not succeed is because we have no patience. So there you go.
Love it. It was so perfect. Thank you so much, Susan. Okay, I'm going to welcome Shannon Leach. She is been a coach since February 2015. She's a founder of Fit Phenoms. She's a Success Club 10 All-Star, 4-star Diamond Coach, and 2015 Premier. She's going to introduce her coaches on. So welcome.
Hi, thank you guys. My house is crazy. I have an 11-day-old and then my 20-month-old daughter is on my lap. But so 3 of the coaches from my team were at Summit, and I'm so proud of them for going and so excited to have them on tonight. So I'm going to introduce all 3 of them in the order that they're going to be speaking. The first will be Kelly Burnham. She is a 1-star Diamond Coach. She's a Success Club starter, Success Club 5 All-Star. She started coaching in May of 2015, so just over a year. Has had amazing success so far, and is the founder of Team Balancing Fit. The next coach that will be speaking is Annalena Jerislow. She started coaching July of 2015. She's also a 1-star Diamond Coach, Success Club starter, and the co-founder of Fit Maniacs. And then the third speaker is going to be Stephanie Del Valle. She is a Diamond Coach, a Success Club starter, the co-founder of Fit Maniacs with Annalena. And her 1-year coaching will be in September. So all of these 3 girls are just amazing rock stars. You can learn so much from them, and I'm really just so blessed to have them on my team. So thank you, and here's Kelly.
Okay, can you guys hear me? Okay. Hi, I'm one of those that does not have an office space because we haven't converted our guest room into an office, so I'm on our bed, but that doesn't mean you can't get your work done. So I'm going to be talking about becoming a top recruiter, and I know some of the stuff that Susan said will be what I'm touching on too, just a few of the things, but this is something for me, and I know a lot of us have a hard time with, but I'm just going to go ahead and dive in and start the clock. Okay, so adding quality to your tribe, not necessarily quantity. Focus on the ones who want it as much as you with the same vision. And don't be discouraged when people don't want it as much as you or want to be as an active of a coach as you. You never know who will come around down the road, so stay connected and keep inviting. Find people you'd like to work with. We get to help others feel amazing. This is why we're doing this. We want to share everything that, why we love it. Find the moms or the women that are busy. They don't have time to go to the gym. Maybe they're stay-at-home moms. Maybe their work schedule is insane. So either way, just find what works, what has worked for you, and that's who you want to find and attract. And we're just helping people and sharing what we love. You have to remember that. Don't be too serious. Don't be too hard on yourself. So help other moms feel the way you do. Why not share it? It's almost a disservice to not talk about it. Figure out what it's done for you. So, I know for all of us, we all have a different reason. Do you feel better because of the community that we're in? Is it your fit family? The accountability, the support, the positivity, the relationships that you met. I know for me, it was so eye-opening going to Summit and being like, oh my gosh, I finally get to like touch and see these people. And, Danielle, our leader, and, all the other wonderful ladies on Fit Fanatix. So it was, that's a big reason why I love this, for the relationships. Okay, so we need to have a mindset shift. You are what you think is what you become. So if you're doubting things and if you're negative and you keep thinking this isn't for you, like you're not gonna be able to talk about it and share it with other people. So, the only way that you can grow your team is by being positive and, make sure that you're doing personal development and have that mind shift. Go back to that why. The ideal coach. So how to attract your ideal coach, how to share and have simple onboarding. It's not about you. We have to remember that. It's not about hitting Success Club. I mean, yeah, that's the goal, right? It's to help, 3 or 6 or 10 people, but you have to remember it's about them. You need to grow you and let the ripple take effect. So focus on yourself as well. So the coaching, what has it done for you? And share this, the lifestyle, the support, the blessing. You're surrounded by a great community. I know I already kind of touched on that. My notes are kind of repeating itself, but don't be afraid to convert challengers to coaches. This was something for me in the beginning. I feel like I really missed out on great coaches because I just didn't really put the opportunity out there. It's like, oh, I did a challenge group and it's over. Okay. And I don't think I really dove into it and asked them personally. It sounds so silly because that's a huge way of getting coaches, but you need to ask them to join you, whether it's discount, hobby, or business. Share all of them. You never know what they need at that time in their life. Maybe you're making the decision bigger than it needs to be and too difficult. So you just have to ask. So belief, use what you have to change people's lives. And this is a lot for, personal development. So like going back to your mindset, finding your ideal coach, there's no secret sauce. So kind of what we've already touched on, but don't appeal to the masses. You don't need to be thinking about, oh my gosh, is so-and-so husband going to be liking this post? Or, is my cousins that are 18 years old going to judge me? It's like, no, I don't need to be focusing on that crowd. I need to be focusing on moms and people that are busy and trying to find balance and, barely have time to get to the gym and they're just all over the place because you can't post to everyone. Your vibe attracts your tribe. I know that's so cliche, but it's so true. You want to have people on your team that are similar to you, and you need to make sure that you're uplifting and you're positive. So think of the characteristics and target words they'll relate to. So what are your hobbies? What would motivate me? What would motivate me to go with someone? What am I going to see? What certain qualities? Is it faith-based? Is it that I'm a runner? Is it, they have kids? Is it school? Is it balance? And then invest in your biz. So we all know that we need to invest in our business. So doing Facebook boosts, doing ads, this is the time to do it. Make sure that you're sprinkling coaching into your posts daily. Danielle mentioned this to me just the other day, and it's true, I don't do this enough, but if you're out and about with your kids, talk about that. Oh, because of coaching, or you don't even need to say coaching, but people are gonna be like, oh, she's probably able to do that because she doesn't have to work full time anymore. Or, so what else was it? Oh, maybe you paid for diapers that week, or you got, you went to Target and you didn't feel guilty, because your husband was going to get on you. It's like, no, I earned this money. So you need to share that too on social media. Did you pay for gas that week? Maybe you went out to a nice dinner and you were able to pay for it with the money you made from Beachbody. Maybe you were able to pay your car payment. So where you help pay for a trip that you've been wanting to go on. Let me see where I'm at. Okay. So sharing the opportunity, okay, how have you fit coaching into your daily life? You don't want people to be intimidated by what you're doing either. So make sure that make sure you're having one-on-one conversations with people, not just, putting yourself out there in social media, because that's hard. Make sure that you're talking to people and really being proud of being a coach or a health and fitness coach, however you want to put it. We help people, and that's the biggest thing. build a relationship with people, and you have to keep talking to more people. You can't just think, oh, okay, I have my little group and that's it. No, people are going to fall off. I have tons of coaches that have left, but I keep bringing more in. So the ones that really want it will stick. And then with your coaches that you bring on, you need to figure out their goals. And you can't control everything. So focus on what you can control and talk to more people and recruit. Everyone loses coaches, but you've got to be adding more to your list. I just said that. Show up every day. And I tell my coaches this, I'm like, not when you feel like it, not when you have the time, not just when you're announcing a challenge group. You need to show up every day some way or somehow. You have to look at this as a job if you really want it. And then you have to share how Beachbody can fill many needs. Lack of confidence, nutrition, maybe they don't have their eating right, help with support and health. It helps with being, balancing being a mom and staying healthy for you and your family, and hopefully setting a great example for your kids. So there's more that I have on here about sneak peek groups and leveraging challenge groups too, but that was the core of it. And I'll post my template that I have here for everyone later, but I'm already at 7 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and stop.
All right, am I up? Should I go? See, okay. Hi guys, I'm Annalena. I'm just gonna jump right in so we can stay on track. I'm gonna share my screen because I'm like, oh, whoops, I don't know what I pressed. Sorry guys. So here. Yeah, share screen. See, okay, can you guys see that? Can I just get a thumbs up? Yeah, okay, cool. So one of the things that one of my big takeaways, and I'm gonna start my 7 minutes, there was obviously so much in terms of like emotional and being supported and all sorts of things. But for me, one of the big takeaways was different systems and putting different systems in place. If you're like me, you are a systems person. You need to be able to kind of plug in and go. With my life, my busy schedule, I have a full-time career, I have a 4-year-old, just like all of you guys, we're so busy. So having systems in place are really great. And this was one of the systems that I really fell in love with. It was on my first day of seminars. And a lot of this is kind of like fundamental stuff, but sometimes I think we lose sight of the fundamentals. One thing that they mentioned during one of these seminars was, remember when you first joined and you first, put your story out there as a Beachbody coach and you got all of this amazing response back. And then you're a year into it. Are you putting that same response out there? Are you putting that same kind of oomph into your post that you did a year ago? Because think about all of the new people, if you've been inviting every day and forming, all of the new people you've added to your network. So they have no idea what you're doing. So I kind of went back to the basics, and this is what they called the invitation funnel. And I love it because it kind of sets it out pretty straightforward. So I'll just go through it. I'm also going to post this in the group afterwards so you can kind of look at it closer. But this is basically how to kind of invite to everything from a challenge group down to the coaching opportunity. Baby, I'm talking right now, okay? So just 1 sec, okay? Okay, honey, you gotta go downstairs. I'll be right back, okay? Sorry, guys. Layla. Sorry. In 5 minutes. Okay. Sorry, guys. 4-year-old. So starting with lay the foundation, set up shop. And I thought this was really important. They said, when you look at your Facebook page, make sure that it is a photo of you. People need to know who you are. Then when you're laying out what you're gonna do and who you are, 3 to 5 things that define you, make them catching, because when people first look at your page, whether it's your like page or Facebook page, they're going to look at that and they're going to decide to click further or move on. Then pick 1 to 2 platforms to be consistent on. We heard a lot about Snapchat, about Musical.ly, about all of these different up and coming apps, which are great. And I definitely think we should get into those, but it's important to be good and perfect, not perfect, but really solid in 2 platforms. So whether it's your Facebook and your like page or your like page and Instagram, really get solid before you continue to move on. Number 2, creating a plan and expanding your network. So this kind of moves down into inviting. When you're expanding your network, invite friends, obviously suggested friends that you have, add to your list. There'll be all those suggested friends. I click on almost every single one of them. Email your contact list if you haven't already done that, going back in and emailing everybody in your Gmail account. I mean, it's amazing how many people have responded back to me once I did that. One of the things that I thought was a really important point was this coach, Nikki Johnson, she joins Facebook groups, and not groups for Beachbody or not groups or anything surrounding fitness programs, but like moms groups or any other kind of like networking groups through like in her town. And she doesn't mention Beachbody at all. But what she does is she posts in those groups daily, getting a following, connecting with people just about human normal stuff. And then when she moves to the next level in planting the seed, she then invites them to her free event. She then adds them to an event page. So I thought that was a really interesting way of forming relationships when people are kind of blocked, when they're wondering if I should go, email so-and-so from high school who I haven't spoken to. I thought that was a really cool idea. So to join groups that you don't speak about Beachbody on, you just invite later on. Moving on to planting the seeds. So you've kind of started forming these friendships, reaching out to people. Now it's time to invite them to a free group. And that was kind of the next step. And they say everyone should do this. One of the suggestions was actually that all coaches, or that as a coach, when you have a new coach, the first thing you do is you give them all of the tools for a 7-day clean eating group. And that is the first group that they run. You as their sponsor coach, send them with that, with the recipes, the meal plans, the templates, everything. And that's what they do as their first kind of foray into coaching. And I thought that was kind of interesting, very like a different way to kind of branch out. But whether you do that or not, inviting to a free group is a great way to kind of, again, expand that forming section that is so important. There's this, I don't know if any of you have ever done this. It was brand new to me. Creating an interest list on Facebook. I've never done it, but she said to just Google how to do it. There's a lot of ways. Obviously, Google's our best friend. But an interest list is, say you just friended, however many people in the month of June or July, you have 200 people, say you added to your network. Well, what you can do is go into Facebook and you can, by some, magic Facebook algorithm, find out just those people that you invented that month. And you can then input them into an event invite. So it's a really cool way to kind of categorize and bring new people who you've just friended. And so then it's kind of this soft sell. Hey, we just met. You want to check out a free group that I'm running. Very easy. Once you've gotten the free group, then obviously make that a valuable group. Gary Vaynerchuk, however you say his name, said, if you don't have content, if you don't have value, it's not worth it. Content is king. Consistency, content, those are king. So make sure your content is valuable to the people. Treat those groups. Those are the people you are forming for. Maybe not a month, maybe not 2 months, but maybe a year down the line, but they're important. So make those groups very strong. And then once you've had your free group, then go in and invite each and every one of them to a challenge group. I've seen you, we're part of my free group and I want you to continue on your health journey through, XYZ program, and do it that way. And then of course, when you get to challenge group, we all know this, but it shouldn't go without saying, challenge groups, challengers are where you get your best coaches. So once you have them in your challenge group, or even from the free group, if they seem like they'd be good coaches, invite them to a sneak peek or a coach opportunity call. So basically this is like a system, and she says, just do it all over again. Start over from the top to the bottom. And my timer's going off. So I just thought, if you are either a new coach or a coach who's maybe in a rut, it's kind of nice to sometimes get back to basics, implement a system, and just follow these steps. And, this is what we're based on. We're based on relationships and helping people. And I really thought that this was pretty cool. So it's called the invitation funnel. I'll post this, and thanks, guys.
All right, can you guys hear me now? Yeah, I sound like that commercial. My name is Stephanie, and I still see Annalina's screen, so I don't know how to fix that, but is that done? Uh-oh. I don't know what happened. Everyone's making funny faces. Can you guys see me? You can just give me a thumbs up if you can see me. Yes? Okay, then I'm not going to worry about it. I can't. There we go. I can't see you, but I'm trusting that you can see me. So there we go. So I definitely took a lot away from Summit. I know a lot of what these ladies touched on was important, but I think the biggest thing for me, the first time I started crying, which happened a lot, was when Melanie Mitra was talking about, oh, there's a spider in my book. Melanie Mitra was talking about how she used to work this business like so hard that she was working herself into the ground. She would get up before her kids were up. She would work then before her whole house was up. She would work during their nap time, and then she would work after everyone was in bed. Like, she was not doing a power hour. She was doing like a power day every day, on top of being a mom, on top of everything else she was doing. And that's me. Like, I don't know if anyone else, even if you're working or not working, if you're home with your family or not, like sometimes you feel that way where you feel like you have a power day every day, and you can't take it anymore. So I was like thinking about what they talked about, having the CEO mindset. And so if you have a CEO mindset, you're the boss. You show up every day. It's unconditional. Like, this is your job. Like, you might have another job, but this is also a job. Okay, you have to suck it up and deal with it, because we're all busy. We all have families. We all have things going on. But you need to show up every day. You don't need to show up all day, but you need to show up every day. Practice the 4 vital behaviors. We all know what those are. If you don't, Google it. That's about going to be my answer for everybody now. If you don't know what it is, Google it. You need to lead by example. A CEO leads by example. They're consistent. They have their heart and soul put into this business. You also need to remember that the beginning of this business is the hardest part. I know that if you've been in this for maybe a year to 2 years, there are many, many days where you feel like you're failing, and that's okay. That's normal. It's difficult. It's supposed to be difficult. And if it is getting at your heart and it's getting at your soul, that means you care about it. So anyway, another thing you need to keep in mind if you are looking at this as a business and you are the CEO is you need to have that office. You need to have that quiet space. You need to have the place to work. Don't look behind me right now, because clearly I haven't followed my own advice. I'm like Kelly, and I still have to set up our office downstairs right now. It's like half playroom, half storage. But that's my goal. My goal is to have an office, to have a quiet space. So when I do my calls and when I do my power hour, not my power day, I have a space to do that. Also, if you have a CEO mindset, you work from a list. Every time you have a power hour, you have a to-do list. You cross things off as you get them done. You don't get distracted by Facebook. You don't get distracted by Snapchat or the new Instagram story, which we all know is super fun. But you need to stay focused every day. Set goals every day, set goals every week, set goals for the month, and set goals for the year. And don't just set those goals and then leave them hanging out there and never revisit them. You need to set the goals and come back to them. I always ask my team, Annalena and I ask our team, we check in once a week on their goals, and then we also ask them their monthly goals. And then I personally talk to my PS coaches every few days about how they're doing. So CEO mindset. Sorry, it's really scattered, but I'm racing my clock right now. Also, like Susan and Kelly talked about, you need to invest in your business. I mean, you are in charge of this. You're the CEO. You need to look like it. You need to act like it. You need to train yourself. You need to constantly be learning. You need to, even as cheesy as some people think wear and share is, I love wear and share. Wear the Shakeology shirts, people. Like, buy the 21 Day Fix shirts. You're out in public. You're representing your brand and your business. Also, I think the biggest thing for me, the biggest takeaway as far as setting up that CEO mindset is to establish boundaries. Okay, a huge weight was lifted off my shoulder when I know Melanie was talking about establishing boundaries. I researched, all this CEO mindset and listened to Christina Delgado's call she put on YouTube like a long time ago, but they both said establish boundaries. Set your office hours, okay? If you are a business person, if you're a CEO, you need to set office hours. You need to make time to have that power hour, okay, and maybe check into your challenge groups a few times a day. Don't feel like you need to be in there all day, every day. You're going to overstress yourself out, and you won't be running your business the best it can be. Have your challengers more involved. Have your coaches and your team more involved. Don't feel like you have to micromanage and be in charge of everything. Let go and give control to other people, okay, my team, if you're listening, you need to help me with that because I have a hard time letting go. I have a hard time giving up my control. Set up non-negotiable family time. Like Susan said, your family is the reason you're doing this. If you're never with them, what's it going to matter in the end when you have your success? Beachbody is supposed to give you life and not be your life. That quote stuck with me big time. I felt like, I don't know if anyone else feels this way, but I feel like I'm constantly worrying about this business and I need to remember that quote. Also, the last thing I remember from the talks about being more of a CEO and less of like the coach mentality is to be a coach and not a babysitter. You are a motivator, you're a mentor, you're a leader, and you need to think of that for your challengers and for your coaches. Not everyone's going to work as hard as you. Not everyone's going to have the same passion as you. And if they don't, that's fine. Bless and release and do your thing and focus on the people who are there for you and who want your energy and your time. So that's 2 pages of notes in about 7 minutes. I'll type up something and put it on the page so it's not as scattered. But thanks, guys. I hope that helps a little bit with creating your CEO mindset.
It was amazing. You guys did such a great job, and we are so honored and blessed to have you a part of this team. So who is committed to being at next year's summit? Raise your hand. 2 hands up. Yes. Like hands down. Okay, let me take a picture of this with the smile on your face. Love it. All right, guys. So I'll see you on the team page. This was recorded. Have a wonderful night and go and show some love to these ladies because they rocked it and they committed to their business. And obviously, by the next summit, they are going to be like 5-star elite diamond coaches, right? Right, guys?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Have a wonderful night. Bye.